morning. Running late this morning, you all. Seems to be the going theme. Did y'all see that? Good morning, brother. Look at that. It seems like every morning that I get up now, it's the more tired I am. So, I was going over my books last night. My tax professional emailed me and told me she needed a few things. So I was trying to get copies and stuff like that to send to her through the email. And I just happened to look at one of my bank statements, and I noticed that my mortgage on one of my properties is between March and April. And I'm like, what the hell is this about? But then I got thinking, so I had to switch insurance carriers, which would have drove it up a little bit. But LaRue County tacked on a school tax, which doubles the amount of school tax that you have to pay. And it has driven my mortgage up, I'd say close to $400. How in the hell, excuse my language, but how in the hell do people do, how do they figure in today's economy that people will be able to survive having to pay those types of taxes? Because what I have to do now, I got to figure out a way to recoup that money, because that puts me in the red. Now that puts my mortgage more than what I'm bringing in rent. So I got to figure out how to cover that, which means my tenants their rent may go up, or I'm gonna have to find another insurance company and see if I can't recoup that money that way, or I got to let somebody else that I employ go. People want to talk about rising rent cost and we need to put a cap on it. No, you put a cap on taxes. How about that? You keep these counties and the states and the federal government from dipping in your pockets every chance they get. All I'm trying to do is make an honest living, and now more of my money has to go to taxes because people don't know how to balance a budget. I have to balance my budget. I can't go trillions of dollars in debt and not suffer the consequences. I can't go out here and start a fight with people and take money out of my kids' mouths and my wife to support that fight and expect them to be okay with it. At the end of the day, I talked about this the other day. I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to say much about it anymore. I heard somebody say that, they were sponsoring terrorist regimes, and we had to put an end to it. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you that much if that's the case. But we've went as far as a country to designate Antifa, which is not a real freaking group, by the way, as a terrorist organization, but skinheads and the KKK aren't. They're not terrorist organizations. They are hate groups. I mean, that's what the definition of a terrorist organization is. They hate who they are terrorizing. So I'm gonna shut up about that. The tax thing is really pissing me off. I'm trying to create affordable housing for people in that area, and they're making it practically impossible to do. LaRue County, Kentucky. Yes, absolutely. Giving us credit scores while they're in debt. That's perfect. That shit's funny. It's funny. You're going to tell me, oh, you've got to be responsible with your money, but we don't have to be responsible for what we take from you. We can just do whatever we want to with it. And you know, the whole premise of how this country was founded, according to history lessons that is taught by the U.S. government, is that we fought for our independence to be free of taxation. we didn't want the British to tax us anymore. So we threw a bunch of damn tea in the harbor. And I'll tell you what, if I find some tea, I'm gonna go to LaRue County and see if I can find some tea. I'm telling you, man, this is just getting ridiculous. I mean, they're looking for the taxpayer to pay for everything that they want, and I have no words, y'all. I have no words. It's just it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. That drastic change, you know. And I'm paying my bills. I'm paying them on time. Like I said, I'm providing housing, and because you want a fancy school, you're going to drive school taxes up so damn high. I don't see how people can afford to pay their damn taxes, their property taxes. Because I even look. Not only do I, so I own another property in. Well, I own 2 more properties in LaRue County, which I'm getting ready to stop doing business there. And it's like, how in the hell do people, how are they able to pay their property taxes at the end of the year? And I'm telling you, Be honest with you, I guarantee you some people are struggling to do so. I haven't heard. It's just my speculation. Oh, come on, catfish. Yeah, you gonna stop 10 miles back? Really? Yes, that part. They're not teaching kids how to advance. They're teaching them how to survive in their system. They're creating more workers is all they're doing. They're not trying to teach these kids how to make money work for itself, how to invest, how to how real estate can create money, can create freedom. And I do believe that with them hiking taxes and property taxes, especially property taxes, I think it is an attack on real estate investment. We'll drive these taxes so high that the common man can't afford to buy real estate anymore, and they can keep working. Just my theory. Needless to say, I was pretty damn hot last night when I seen that. I was just like, this is just freaking ridiculous. I went from being, right out $300 to the good. That way I could put my money aside for repairs and stuff like that to now I'm $200 in the hole and I got to figure out how I can pay my mortgage. Oh, Lord have mercy. There he is. Mean no harm, but it looked like little buddy was sitting in his truck butt booty naked. He might not have been, but he didn't have no shirt on. But anyway, guys, I'm done. Like I said, I'm done being on my soapbox. I think it's ridiculous. If I don't have the money to do something, then guess what I do? I either work overtime or I find another way to make money. I can't reach in other people's pockets and pull my money out. I don't want to. And that's what they're almost forcing me to do with rentals. And I am going to do my best to see if I can't find another way. But like I told you, I am employing another person, which is going to force me maybe to have to let that person go so I don't have to raise rent. Just like the stock market. Once us normal folks learned to use it, they started monitoring it more, new rules, etc. Absolutely. They're trying to stack the deck against us. They're trying to stack the deck against us. They're not. The bottom line is, and I've said this many times, and Pops, I know you've heard me say this. If everybody's rich, nobody's rich. It will upset the balance in their system. All right, if everybody's got money, nobody's going to work, right? So who you going to get to work? So they got to keep people poor. They got to keep people needy. Harriet Tubman said something one time. She said, "I've freed over 100,000 slaves, and I would have freed more if they knew they were a slave." A lot of people don't know that they're in the Matrix right now. All right, gang, so if you are familiar with this show, you know what time it is. If you're not familiar, this is the part where I tell you guys, if everyone's a servant, everyone gets served. Okay? Let's try to help each other, because we know the powers that be ain't trying to help us at all. That's just what it is. All they want to do is take. They damn sure don't want to give back. Hello. So I'm going to get ready to get off of here. Thank you all for the likes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe. Check me out again tomorrow. I still got a couple more days to go. And I'm all right. I'm all right. Just talking to everybody about what's going on in the world and in my world, I should say. I was just telling them about how there was a tax hike and it affected my investment property mortgage, which in turn is going to affect either somebody I'm employing, or I got to raise rent. So, I got to make a choice that I don't want to make. Or I got to take money out of my own pocket to make sure that I keep the mortgage up, which is going to in turn create another bill for me personally. I am. All right, guys, I got to get off of here. But I love you guys. And please, tune in tomorrow. I'll be back on the same time. Pops, love you, dog. I'll talk to y'all later.